Welcome to Gallant IAS. Here we will be discussing some important government schemes for the upcoming prelims. So let's move on to the slides. So first of all, we will be discussing some government schemes which present in our budget 2023. Okay. So the first scheme is Mishti. Mishti, this scheme is related to mangrove protection. Okay. So Mishti, Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitats and Tangible Incomes. It's a new program that is declared in Union Budget 2023. Okay. So the aim of this scheme is to facilitate mangrove plantation along India's coastline and on salt pan lands. Okay. So the aim of this scheme, it will facilitate mangrove plantation along India's coastline and on salt pan lands. These mangroves, wetlands, these are important areas. So you should focus on some facts regarding these mangroves. Although mangroves cover only about 0.1% of the planet's surface, they can potentially store up to 10 more carbon per hectare than terrestrial forest, and they protect coastal communities by acting as a natural barrier against storm surges. So these are the importance of mangroves. And according to India State of Forest Report 2021, India State of Forest Report, it is published by Forest Survey of India. So according to this report, India's total mangrove cover is 4992 km square. That means 0.15% of the total geographical area. So mangrove cover is around 0.15% of the total geographical area. And India lost 40% of its mangrove cover during the last century. Okay. So these are some facts regarding mangroves. And there is another initiative. It is an important initiative named Mangrove Alliance for Climate. MAC, Mangrove Alliance for Climate. Because it is an important initiative because it was launched during the 27th section of Conference of Parties, that means COP27 UN Climate Summit, and India is also a party. Okay. And this initiative was led by UAE and Indonesia. Okay. So this initiative was led by UAE and Indonesia, and other countries like India, Sri Lanka, Australia, Japan and Spain are also members to this initiative. And this initiative, it seeks to educate and spread awareness worldwide on the role of mangroves in curbing global warming and its potential as a solution for climate change. Simply, it aims to educate and spread awareness regarding the protection of mangroves. Okay. So this is the Mangrove Alliance for Climate. It was an initiative led by UAE and Indonesia, and India, Sri Lanka, Australia, Japan, Spain, these countries are also party to this alliance. So here you should focus on the this scheme Mishti. This scheme related to mangrove protection, and this will facilitate mangrove plantation along India's coastline. Then according to India State of Forest Report, the mangrove cover is around 0.15% of the total geographical area of our country. Okay. Then the next scheme is Mahila Saman Budget Patra. Mahila Saman Budget Patra, it is also mentioned in our budget. Okay. This Mahila Saman Budget Patra, it is a small savings scheme. Mahila Saman Savings Certificate, it is a one-time small savings scheme, and it will be available for 2 years up to March 2025. That means 2023 to 2025, 2 years. Then it will offer deposit facilities up to rupees 2 lakh in the name of girls or women. That means it is exclusively for girls or women for 2 years at a fixed interest rate of 7.5% with a partial withdrawal option. There will be a partial withdrawal option, as well as then there is a fixed interest rate of 7.5%, and it will offer deposit facilities up to 2 lakh in the name of girls or women for 2 years at a fixed interest rate of 7.5%, and there would be a partial withdrawal option as well. Okay. So this is a Mahila Saman Budget Patra. It's a smart saving scheme. Okay. The next scheme is Sri Anna. Sri Anna, it is related to millets. Okay. It is also mentioned in our budget. Sri Anna, this scheme aims to make India a global hub for Sri Anna. Okay. To make India as a global hub for millets. Okay. The Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad, will be supported as the Center of Excellence for Research and Development in Millets. Okay. And we all know recently United Nations General Assembly declaring 2023 as the International Year of Millets. So 2023 as the International Year of Millets. So it shows the importance of millets. Okay. Then the millets production in India. India is the largest producer of millets in the world. It's a fact, so you should note down. It's an important fact. India is the largest producer of millets in the world. And India's top 5 millet producing states are Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. That means around a northwestern area of our country. Then regarding the exports of millets, the share of exports of millet is nearly 1% of the total millet production. Means total for the total millet production, it is only around 1% is exported. Okay. Then India's major millet exporting countries are UAE, Nepal, Saudi Arabia, etc. And then the varieties of millets exported by India include bajra, ragi, canri, jawar, etc. Okay. So India is the largest producer of millets in the world, and India's top 5 millet producing states are Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, around northwestern region. Then exports of millet, the share of export of millets is nearly 1% of the total millet production. Okay. Then there is another initiative named Millets Export Promotion Program, because so the exports of millets, the share of exports is only around 1% of the total production, millet production. So the government aims to improve the exports, to increase the exports of the millets. In order to increase the export of millets, the government launched Millets Export Promotion Program. And it was supported by Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, or APEDA. Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. It is also an important organization or authority, and it comes under the Ministry of Commerce. It is not comes under the Ministry of Agriculture. It comes under the Ministry of Commerce. Ministry of Commerce. And so this Millet Exports Promotion Program aims to promote Indian millets exports across the globe. Okay. So this Millet Export Promotion Program was supported by Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. This authority comes under the Ministry of Commerce. Okay. And this scheme aims to promote Indian millets exports across the globe. Okay. So these are the main points regarding millets. This RE-ANNA, it aims to make India a global hub for millets. Okay. So the next scheme is PM Pranam. This scheme is also mentioned in our budget, and it is related to fertilizers. Okay. PM Pranam, PM Program for Restoration, Awareness, Nourishment and Amelioration of Mother Earth. It will be launched to incentivize states and union territories to promote balanced use of chemical fertilizers and alternative fertilizers. Alternative fertilizers means natural fertilizers. Here you should note that this scheme is not aimed to eliminate chemical fertilizers. It is aimed to promote the balanced use of chemical fertilizers and alternative fertilizers. So you should note some keywords like eliminate or reduce. So these type of words are important. Here it is not aims to eliminate the chemical fertilizers. Instead it is aimed to promote the balanced use of chemical fertilizers and natural fertilizers. Okay. And this scheme will be financed by the savings of existing fertilizer subsidy under the schemes run by Department of Fertilizer scheme, and it will not have a separate budget. Here you should note this point. This scheme will not have a separate budget, and it will be financed by the savings of existing financing subsidy. Okay, sorry, existing fertilizer subsidy, and it would promote using other nutrients like natural nutrients. Then this scheme have two angle, like environmental angle as well as economic angle, because it aims to reduce chemical fertilizers, and as a result we can improve the soil quality. So this is the environment angle, and the economic angle is this scheme aims to reduce the subsidy burden on chemical fertilizers. We know the government provides some subsidies like NPK subsidy, urea subsidy. So in order to reduce the subsidy burden on chemical fertilizers, as well as we can improve the soil quality in the long term. Okay. So these are the importance of PM Pranam scheme. It will be launched to incentivize states and union territories to promote the balanced use of chemical fertilizers and alternative fertilizers. Okay. So the next scheme is Amrit Dharohar. Amrit Dharohar, it is related to wetlands, so wetland conservation. So wetlands, mangrove, these are important areas. So you should aware of these Ramsar sites, the number of Ramsar sites in our country, and which states having the more number of Ramsar sites. So you should note down these type of facts. Then this Amrit Dharohar, the scheme will aims to conserve wetlands by promoting their optimal use. The scheme is to be implemented in next 3 years, and the scheme will increase ecotourism, carbon stock, and also help, it will help the local communities in their income generation. So this Amrit Dharohar, it aims to promote the protection of wetlands. Okay. This Amrit Dharohar is also mentioned in our budget. Okay. Then Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. It is also mentioned in our budget, and it is a revamped version of this scheme, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and UPSC has already asked this question. Okay. And this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 will be launched to skill youth within 3 years, and this scheme will cover the new age courses for the industry 4.0 like artificial intelligence, coding, robotics, Internet of Things, drones, 3D printing, and soft skills, etc. Okay, and it comes under the Ministry of Skill Development. Okay, Ministry of Skill Development, and there is a 30 Skill India International Centers will be set up to skill youth for the international opportunities across different states. This is also a name for this scheme, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. 30 Skill India International Centers will be set up to skill youth for the international opportunities across different states, and these 4.0, this revamped version of this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, this will cover new age courses for industry 4.0 like artificial intelligence, robotics, coding. This also in these areas these skill development will be provided to youth. Okay. So the next scheme mentioned in our budget is Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission. Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission, and the goal is to eliminate sickle cell anemia by 2047. 2047. Eliminate sickle cell anemia by 2047. And it will entail awareness creation, universal screening of 7 crore people in the age group of 0 to 40 years in affected tribal areas, and counseling through collaborative efforts of central ministries and state governments. So it aims to eliminate sickle cell anemia by 2047 through various efforts like awareness creation, universal screening, etc. Okay. Here you should aware of the importance of the important points of the sickle cell anemia. Actually, it is a genetic blood disorder. It is a group of inherited red blood cell disorders. We all know the importance of red blood cells because these red blood cells carries oxygen to all parts of our body, and healthy red blood cells are round in shape or globular in shape, and they move through small blood vessels to carry oxygen to all parts of the body. But in someone who has this sickle cell anemia disease, the hemoglobin is abnormal. If a person having sickle cell anemia condition, then here the hemoglobin is abnormal. Okay, and due to this abnormality of hemoglobin, which causes the red blood cells to become hard and sticky and look like a C-shaped tool called sickle. It becomes a sickle shaped form. And these sickle cells die early, which causes a constant shortage of red blood cells. These sickle shaped cells die early, as a result a constant shortage of red blood cells, and it leads to anemic conditions. So here the picture is these round shaped cells are healthy cells, healthy red blood cells, but these sickle shaped cells are abnormal in nature, and as a result due to this abnormality of hemoglobin, these red blood cells become a sickle shaped cell, and as a result the blood flow will be blocked. Okay. So these are the important points regarding sickle cell anemia. It is a red blood cell disorder. It is a genetic blood disorder. Okay. And the next scheme mentioned in our budget is Pradhan Mantri PVTG. PVTG means particularly vulnerable tribal group development mission. Okay. So, UPSC has already asked a question regarding PVTG, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So, you should note down some points regarding PVTG, okay. And this scheme will improve the socio-economic conditions of these PVTGs, and it will provide them with basic facilities such as safe housing, clean drinking water, sanitation, improved access to education, health, nutrition, road and telecom connectivity, and sustainable livelihood opportunities, etc. So, simply the development of PVTGs, Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission. Here you should focus the importance of PVTG and the criteria, the Debar Commission. So, we should discuss some points regarding this PVTG. So, on the basis of Debar Commission report, so the commission is Debar Commission, okay. Debar Commission report, a criterion for identifying particularly vulnerable tribal groups was established as some criteria was followed, the criteria are pre-agricultural level of technology, low level of literacy, economic backwardness, a declining or stagnant population. So, these are the criteria in order to select these PVTGs, okay. So, as per the census 2011, there are around 75 PVTGs out of 705 scheduled tribes, okay. Around 75 PVTGs. This is the point which asked in your UPSC Prelims, okay. The categorization is done by Ministry of Home Affairs and not by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It is an important point. This categorization of particularly vulnerable tribal groups, it is done by Ministry of Home Affairs. It is not by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Okay, it is not by Tribal Affairs Ministry, it is done by Ministry of Home Affairs. So, the categorization of PVTGs are done by Ministry of Home Affairs, okay. And Odisha has the highest number of PVTGs in India, and while no PVTGs are found in the states of Punjab and Haryana. So, there is no PVTGs in Punjab and Haryana, and Odisha has the highest number of PVTGs, okay. So, these are the important points regarding PVTG. Okay, then so here we discuss some schemes mentioned in our budget like Mishti scheme, then Mahila Samman Bachat Patra, then Global Hub for Millets, that means Sri Anna, then PM Pranam, Amrit Dharohar, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0, Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission, then Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission. So, these are some important government schemes which mentioned in our budget, okay. Then, so the next other we will be discussing some other government schemes, okay. Like the first scheme is Jal Jeevan Mission Har Ghar Jal, Jal Jeevan Mission Ghar Ghar Jal. And this mission is envisioned to provide safe and adequate drinking water through individual household tap connection by 2024. This Jal Jeevan Mission Har Ghar Jal, it aims to provide safe and adequate drinking water through individual household tap connection by 2024 to all households in rural India. And the focus areas are recharge and reuse through grey water management. Grey water means kitchen water, toilet water, this type of water. So, recharge and reuse through grey water management, then water conservation, rainwater harvesting. So, these are the other focus areas of this mission. Then it is a community based program, that means this will be based on community approach to water, and it will include extensive information, education and communication as a key component of this mission. Simply it is a community based program, that means it involves the participation of people, okay, and it comes under the Ministry of Jal Shakti, and it is a centrally sponsored scheme, and the funding pattern is 90:10 for Himalayan and northeastern states and 50:50 for other states and 100% for union territories. Here you should focus on the points like the aim of this scheme to provide safe and adequate drinking water through individual household tap connections by 2024, and the ministry is Ministry of Jal Shakti, and it is a community based program, and the other focus areas are recharge and reuse, then water conservation, rainwater harvesting, etc. Okay. So, these are the some points regarding Jal Jeevan Mission Har Ghar Jal. And the next scheme is PM Shri. PM Shri. So, PM Shri means PM Schools for Rising India. PM Shri, it aims, this scheme, it aims for the development of schools. Okay, PM Schools for Rising India, it's a centrally sponsored scheme. It's a centrally sponsored scheme and it's launched by Ministry of Education. It is related to school, so it is launched by Ministry of Education. And it aims to upgrade and develop school across the country by strengthening the selected existing schools from among schools managed by central government or state or union territory governments or local bodies. So, it is not for the private sector schools, it is for the development of schools managed by government. Okay. PM Shri schools will have a modern, transformational and holistic method of imparting education. Okay. Then the focus of the schools will be on modern infrastructure including latest technology, smart classroom, sports, etc. So, simply here you should focus on the name PM Shri, which is related to school development, the modern infrastructure, transformation, holistic method of imparting education. This type of development should be will be provided to the schools, and it is not for the private sector schools, it is for the government led, government managed schools. Okay. So, the next scheme is Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. From the name itself, we can assume that it is related to employment generation. Okay. It is a central sector scheme administered by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. So, it is a central sector scheme. Previously, we have discussed regarding PM Shri, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. Okay. But here it is Pradhan Mantri Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, it is a central sector scheme. That means it is fully funded by central government. Okay. And it is administered by MSME Ministry. Okay. Here you should note down the ministry, MSME Ministry. Okay. And this scheme was launched in 2008-9 and it is a credit linked subsidy scheme, and which promotes self-employment through setting up of micro enterprises. It promotes self-employment through setting up of micro enterprises because it provides credit linked subsidy. So, the people can set up micro enterprises, and as a result we can enhance the self-employment. Then implementing agency at the national level is Khadi and Village Industries Commission. It is an important commission, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. It is a statutory organization, comes under the Ministry of MSME. This program administered by the MSME Ministry, and these the nodal agency or the implementing agencies, Khadi and Village Industries Commission, it is a statutory body, comes under the Ministry of MSME. Okay. And the eligibility criteria are any individual above 18 years of age, then only new projects or units are considered for sanction of loans. So, here the extreme word only, but it is correct for in this case only new projects or units are considered for sanction of loans. Then self-help groups that have not availed benefits under any other public scheme is also covered under this PM Employment Generation Program. Here you should focus the points like it is a central sector scheme, it is administered by the Ministry of MSME, and the implementing agencies Khadi and Village Industries Commission, it also comes under, it is a statutory body and it comes under the Ministry of MSME, and it was launched during 2008-9 and it is a credit linked subsidy scheme. It aims to promote self-employment through setting up of micro enterprises. Okay. And the eligibility criteria are any individual above 18 years of age, and only new projects or units are considered for this for the sanction of loans. Okay. And the next scheme is PM Daksh Yojana. PM Daksh Yojana. This PM Daksh means the Pradhan Mantri Dakshata or Kaushada Samban Hidgarhi Yojana, launched in 2021. Simply PM Daksh Yojana. This scheme was launched by the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, and this scheme, it is a national action plan for skilling marginalized persons covering scheduled caste, OBCs, sanitation workers including bus pickers. Okay. It is also a skilling, promoting the skill development of certain sections, like it is not for the all people in our country, it is only for the marginalized persons. So, it is for the skill development of marginalized persons covering scheduled caste, OBC, sanitation workers, waste pickers, etc. So, this PM Daksh Yojana, it aims for skilling marginalized persons covering SCs, OBCs, sanitation workers, etc. Okay, and it comes under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Okay, and it aims to increase the skill levels of the target youth. That means target youth means marginalized persons by providing them short-term and long-term skills followed by assistance in wage or self-employment. Okay, then the beneficiaries are between the age of 18 to 45 years, okay, and are considered for skill development training. Then implementation, it is being implemented through 3 corporations like National Scheduled Caste Finance and Development Corporation, NSFDC, then National Backward Classes Finance and Development Corporation, then National Safai Karmacharis Finance and Development Corporation. So, here you should not mug up all these data, you should have only a broad idea. Okay. Here this PM Daksh Yojana, it is related to the skill development of marginalized section of people like OBCs, then SCs, sanitation workers, and it is administered by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and the skilling it aims to increase the skill levels of the target youth, that means marginalized persons, by providing them short-term and long-term skills and followed by assistance for the wage or self-employment, and beneficiaries are between the age of 18 to 45 years, and you should note out the implementation agency. Okay. So, this is regarding PM Daksh Yojana. PM Daksh Yojana, it is related to skill development of marginalized section of people, and the ministry is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Okay. So, the next mission is National Technical Textile Mission. National Technical Textile Mission. Simply, this scheme or this mission aims to make the country as a global leader in technical textiles. So, what do you mean by technical textiles? This technical textiles is a textile product manufactured for non-aesthetic purposes. Here, the function is the primary criteria. It is for non-aesthetic purposes. Here, if we categorize a product as technical textiles, then we consider the function of these textiles, okay, textile product. So, function is the primary criterion. For example, these technical textiles we can use in automotive applications and medical textiles, geotextiles, agro textiles, protective clothing. So, these are the technical textiles, and India contributes nearly 6% of the world market size with regard to these technical textiles, and to improve the usage of technical textiles in various flagship missions and strategic sectors, and this will help to reduce India's import dependence and promote the domestic manufacturing of capital goods in the sector, simply to make the country as a global leader in technical textiles, and the time period includes 4 years from 2020-21 to 23-24. Okay. So, this is regarding National Technical Textile Mission. The next scheme is PM Divine Scheme. PM Divine Scheme. This scheme is related to the development of northeastern areas. Here NE, Divine NE stands for northeastern. So, this PM Divine Scheme, it is related to the development of northeastern area. The scheme will fund infrastructure and social development projects based on felt needs of the northeast states to enable livelihood activities for youth, women and fill gaps of various sectors. The Northeastern Council is the implementing agency. So, here the implementing agency is Northeastern Council. Under the PM Divine Scheme, projects can be recommended by center and northeastern states as well as, but priority will be given to projects posted by the states. So, simply the PM Divine Scheme, it is aims to fund infrastructure and social development projects in the northeastern area, and the implementing agency is Northeastern Council. So, you should remember the term PM Divine, it is related to the development of northeastern areas, and Northeastern Council is the implementing agency. Okay. And the next program is National Bioenergy Program. National Bioenergy Program, simply it aims to convert waste into energy. Okay. So, National Bioenergy Program, the ministry is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So, bioenergy. So, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has said that it will continue the National Bioenergy Program till 2025-26 to aid the use of huge surplus biomass, cattle dung and industrial and urban bio-waste available in the country for energy recovery. So, this National Bioenergy Program aid the use of huge surplus biomass, cattle dung and industrial and urban bio-waste. We can utilize these, or we can convert these waste or these biomass or cattle dung, we can convert these into energy. Okay. And it has some sub schemes, and it consists of 3 sub schemes. And the first sub scheme is waste to energy program. Okay, first program is waste to energy program, and the second program is biomass program, and the third one is biogas program. Okay, similarly, here you should remember these ministry involved is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and it is it aims to convert waste into energy. That means to aid the use of huge surplus biomass, cattle dung and industrial and urban bio waste available in the country for energy recovery. Okay. The next scheme is PM Swanidhi scheme. It is an important scheme, and it was launched during the COVID lockdown period, and it was launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This PM Swanidhi scheme, it is launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It is a central sector scheme fully funded by the center, and the purpose is to facilitate affordable working capital loans of up to 10,000 rupees with an interest subsidy at 7% on regular repayment for the street vendors. Simply, this PM Swanidhi scheme aims to provide loans to the street vendors, okay, and the interest subsidy is 7% and the rupees is up to 10,000. So, these data are important. So, to facilitate affordable working capital loans up to 10,000 rupees, and interest subsidy rate is 7%, and then street vendors are not required to pay any collateral for the loan. For this for the availing of this loan, there is no collateral is required for this. Okay. So, collateral is not required, and implementing agency is SIDBI. SIDBI is the implementing agency. SIDBI has been appointed as the implementation agency for the scheme administration. Okay. So, the PM Swanidhi scheme, it is launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It is simply provide the scheme is simply provide the working capital loans to street vendors at interest subsidy of 7%, and there is no requirement of collateral. Okay. So, these are the main points regarding this PM Swanidhi scheme. It was launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay. So, the next scheme is Nikshay Poshan Yojana. Nikshay Poshan Yojana. This scheme aims to support the tuberculosis patients by providing a direct benefit transfer of rupees 500 per month for nutritional purpose. For nutritional purpose, these tuberculosis patients have provided some direct benefit transfer of rupees 500 per month. Okay, and it was launched by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So, this Nikshay Poshan Yojana aims to support tuberculosis patients by providing direct benefit transfer of rupees 500 per month for nutritional purpose, and it is launched by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Okay. So, the next scheme is Lead IT Initiative. Lead IT Initiative. Recently, India and Sweden hosted the Lead IT Summit on the sidelines of COP27. So, this was in the news. India and Sweden hosted the Lead IT Summit on the sidelines of COP27. Lead IT means Leadership Group for Industry Transition. Leadership Group for Industry Transition. It was launched by the governments of Sweden and India at the UN Climate Action Summit in September 2019. Okay, and it is supported by the World Economic Forum. It was already launched by India and Sweden in the 2019 UN Climate Action Summit, and here during this COP27 summit, India and Sweden again hosted this Lead IT Summit. Actually, it was launched by India and Sweden, but it was launched during the 2019 UN Climate Summit, and again in this recently conducted COP27, India and Sweden hosted this summit. Okay, and it is supported by World Economic Forum. The initiative gathers countries and companies that are committed to action to achieve the Paris Agreement. This lead IT means Leadership Group for Industry Transition. And the purpose of this initiative is to gather countries and companies that are committed to action to achieve the Paris Agreement. Okay. So, the lead IT members subscribe to the notion that energy intensive industries can and must progress on low carbon pathways aiming to achieve net zero carbon emission. So, India made some commitments like India will become a net zero carbon emission by 2070. So, you should aware of these type of data. Okay. Here the purpose of this lead IT initiative is to gather countries and companies that are committed to action to achieve the Paris Agreement. Okay. And these lead IT members subscribe to the notion that energy intensive industries can and must progress on low carbon pathways. These industries can transform into low carbon pathways aiming to achieve net zero carbon emissions. Okay. So, this is the lead IT initiative, Leadership Group for Industry Transition. It was launched by India and Sweden at the UN Climate Summit in 2019, and it is supported by World Economic Forum, and it aims to transform industries for the for low carbon pathways. Okay. The next program is Faster Platform. Faster Platform. Faster Platform. It is launched by the Chief Justice of India. The Chief Justice of India has launched the Faster Platform. It's a digital platform. Faster Platform, it is a digital platform, and the full form is Fast and Secure Transmission of Electronic Records. Fast and Secure Transmission of Electronic Records platform. Okay. So, this is a Faster program. Okay. Faster Platform. It's a digital platform to communicate interim orders, stay orders and bail orders of the Supreme Court to authorities concerned through a secured electronic communication channel. So, through this electronic communication channel, these interim orders, stay orders, bail orders of the Supreme Court can be passed to the implementing agencies. Okay. Then Faster Cell. Faster Cell means it has been established in the registry of the Supreme Court. This Faster Cell will transmit digitally signed records of the proceedings or orders related to bail and release passed by the court to the nodal officers and duty holders concerned through email. So, through this Faster Platform, the Supreme Court can reduce the delays. Okay, delays regarding the implementation of these orders. Okay. So, Chief Justice of India launched this fast and secure transmission of electronic records platform. It is a digital platform. It aims to communicate interim orders, stay orders and such type of bail orders of the Supreme Court to authorities concerned. That means implementing agencies through a secure electronic communication channel. That means this electronic communication channel is the faster platform. Okay. Then the next scheme is Operation Ahad. Operation Ahad. This Operation Ahad, it is launched by Railway Protection Force. Railway Protection Force, and it is a nationwide operation to curb human trafficking, especially women and children trafficking. So, in order to reduce or curb the human trafficking, the Railway Protection Force started the program or Operation Ahad. Operation Ahad, it is launched by Railway Protection Force. Okay. Then as part of the operation, special teams will be deployed on all long distance trains or routes with a focus on rescuing victims, particularly women and children, from the clutches of traffickers. And this RPF means Railway Protection Force, could act as a bridge cutting across states to assist the local police in the mission to curb the menace of human trafficking. Simply, this Railway Protection Force acts as a nodal agency for curbing this human trafficking. So, with regard to this Railway Protection Force, it is a security force established by Railway Protection Force Act 1957. So, this Railway Protection Force it is an important body, and it is established by a Railway Protection Force Act 1957, and it was established for the better protection and security of railway property, and it has the power to search, arrest, investigate and prosecute, but the ultimate power rests in the hands of the government railway police. So, this railway protection force, it is a statutory force and it is established by Railway Protection Force Act 1957. Okay. And it has the power to search, arrest, investigate and prosecute. But the ultimate power rests in the hands of the government railway police. Okay. So, this railway protection force can search, arrest and investigate, and even they can prosecute. But the ultimate power rests in the hands of the government of railway police, and this force is under the Ministry of Railways. Okay. So, this Operation Ahat, it is released by, this operation was launched by Railway Protection Force, and it is in order to curb the human trafficking, and this Railway Protection Force is established by the Railway Protection Force at 1957, and this RPF has the power to search, arrest, investigate and prosecute, but the ultimate power rests in the hands of the government railway police. Okay. Then the next scheme is PM Kisan scheme. PM Kisan scheme. It's a central sector scheme with 100% funding from the government of India, and it was launched in 2019 under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It is for the farmers, so it comes under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Under this scheme, the center transfers an amount of 6,000 rupees per year in 3 installments, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. That means 6,000 per year in 3 equal installments directly into the bank account of all land holding farmers, irrespective of the size of their land holdings. So, this 6,000 rupees will be provided to these bank accounts of all land holding farmers, irrespective of the size of the land holdings. Okay. And the responsibility of identification of beneficiaries belonging to farmer families rests upon the state or union territory governments. Okay. Then there are some exceptions under this PM Kisan scheme, like affluent farmers have been excluded from the scheme, like income tax payers, then professional like doctors, engineers, lawyers, chartered accountant, these and pensioners drawing at least rupees 10,000 per month. So, these category of people are excluded under this PM Kisan scheme. Okay. So, you should note down this exception case. Okay. And then it is a central sector scheme with 100% funding from the government of India, and it was launched in 2019 under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, and under this scheme the center transfers an amount of rupees 6,000 per year in 3 equal installments, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, then directly into the bank account of all land holding farmers. Okay. So, the next scheme is Parvat Mala scheme. Parvat Mala scheme. This scheme aims to develop ropeways in hilly areas of the country in a public-private partnership mode. So, this Parvat Mala scheme aims to develop ropeways in hilly areas of the country in a public-private partnership mode. You can see the image, here the ropeways in the hilly areas. Okay. And this program will also cover congested urban areas where conventional mass transit system are not feasible, and this program is being presently started in regions like Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Jammu Kashmir and northeastern states, and the implementing agency is Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. So, similar way there are some other schemes like Bharat Mala and Sagar Mala. And this Bharat Mala is an umbrella program to enhance road connectivity. So, Bharat Mala for road connectivity across the country, while Sagar Mala, it is a government flagship program to develop and modernize ports along the coastline. So, Bharat Mala, it aims to enhance road connectivity across the country, and the Sagar Mala, it aims to develop and modernize ports across the coastline. Okay. So, here the Parvat Mala scheme, it aims to develop ropeways in hilly areas of the country in a public-private partnership mode, and the Bharat Mala, it is aims to enhance road connectivity, and the Sagar Mala, it aims to develop and modernize ports along the coastline. Okay. Then PACER initiative. PACER initiative. The PACER initiative is related to Polar Science and Cryosphere Research Initiative. PASER means Polar Science and Cryosphere Research Institute. Polar Science and Cryosphere Research Institute. So, the objective is to study various aspects relating to polar and cryosphere with a special emphasis on the Antarctic, Arctic and glaciers of the Himalayas. So, these PASER initiatives, it aims to study the various aspects relating to the polar and the cryosphere region. So, PASER. You should remember the name PASER, which is related to polar and cryosphere study, polar science and cryosphere research, okay. And the programs include, the important programs under the initiatives include the Antarctic program, Indian Arctic program, Southern Ocean program, cryosphere and climate program. So, these are some important programs under this PASER initiative, and the implementing agency is National Center for Polar and Ocean Research. National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, and this initiative has been approved for continuation during 2021 and 2026. Okay. So, this PASER initiatives, it is related to polar science and cryosphere research, and the implementing agency is National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, and this scheme aims to study the various aspects related to polar and cryosphere with a special emphasis on the Antarctic and Arctic and glaciers of the Himalayas. Okay. The next scheme is National E-Vidhan Application or NEVA, National E-Vidhan Application. Okay. This National E-Vidhan Application, it is launched by the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Vidhan. So, we can connect this parliament, okay. Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs has developed a National E-Vidhan application. It is a mission mode project for the digital infrastructure to make the functioning of all legislative houses in the country paperless. Okay. So, the aim of this NEVA, our National E-Vidhan application, is to make the functioning of all legislative houses, both parliament and the state governments in the country paperless. And the funding for E-Vidhan is provided by the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Okay. Here the funding is provided by the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, and it is a centrally sponsored scheme. That means 60:40 for the states and 90:10 for the northeast and hilly states and 100% for the union territories. And in 2021, Bihar Legislative Council became the first house in the country to transit to NEVA platform completely and conducted the winter session. So, the Bihar Legislative Council became the first house in the country to transit the NEVA platform. Okay. So, the National E-Vidhan platform or NEVA, this has been developed by the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, and it is a mission mode project for the digital legislatures to make digital legislatures by to make the functioning of all legislative houses in the country paperless. And Bihar become the first legislative council to implement the first legislative council implement this NEVA platform. Okay. So, the last scheme is Purple Revolution. Purple Revolution. This Purple Revolution is also called Lavender Revolution. You can see the image, this is lavender, okay. So, this Purple Revolution, Lavender Revolution, it aims to increase lavender cultivation in Jammu Kashmir. So, with regard to lavender, lavender is an evergreen plant native to the Mediterranean region, and its flavor and oil have the popular scent, and it is also used as medicine. So, this lavender have some medicinal purposes as well as its flavor and oil have popular scent. So, it have some aromatic purposes. Okay. Then it comes under the Ministry of Science and Technology. So, here we may confuse it with Ministry of Agriculture, but actually this Purple Revolution comes under the Ministry of Science and Technology through the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research Aroma Mission. Okay. And it aimed at increasing lavender cultivation in Jammu Kashmir. So, this is the Purple Revolution or Lavender Revolution. It aimed to increase lavender cultivation in Jammu Kashmir. Okay. So, we have discussed around 25 schemes. So, these schemes are very important for your upcoming prelims. So, all the best. Thank you.